Hello, good afternoon everyone, and it's a moment of great delight, not only as somebody who has gotten a book published, of course that matters, but the space where I'm standing and talking about it, it makes it all the more special, because I remember a decade of discussions which I have had with many of you on some of these issues, talking about it from a political sociology perspective or from international relations perspective. And all this has been really special. I must thank Professor Jyotka. He has been there in this journey throughout. It's been almost a decade we have been talking about these issues, and he has always been there to support, to offer a hand of support as and when I have asked for it. And I do mention about it, he and my former colleague Professor Gurpreet Mahajan always motivated that you should write something and keep working towards it. I'm really glad that you are here today to talk about it, and there couldn't have been a better moment. He superannuated just a couple of days ago, and I also feel happy that after completion of his another assignment, we have gotten him engaged with another one. There couldn't have been anything better than this. So sir, thank you very much. Thank you Mandeep and Ajay, two good friends and colleagues, again, who have been working on different political issues, and I would say, without being afraid of those in power, talking about it frankly, and I think as an academic that carries a lot of value in itself. So I'm really delighted to have this esteemed group of people to talk about this book, and it's a joy to see all of you being here. Some of you have traveled from different places, my dear friends, and other students is a word which I'm not really comfortable with, but colleagues, thank you so much. And this book it has been a struggle and a dream come true, I would say. I will not really talk about the book except the fact that as a student of political science, I had a challenge. And the challenge was some of the books, volumes which Professor Jyotka talked about, they did highlighted multiple aspects of this protest. And the challenge was what to offer as a political scientist. And the effort has been to discuss about this movement in the wider domain of theories of movement, what it tried to do. I don't know how successful I have been, but I made a modest attempt, I would say that. And above all, I think it's a matter of pride for all of us that we saw a movement which, as Professor Jyotka rightly pointed out, one of the greatest movements in the human history, and the 21st century, at least this was just the beginning. We should not forget, it was followed by a series of similar protests which happened in the so-called developed world. Spain saw it, France saw it, Germany, Austria, and we saw farmers marching on the road quite like the way we saw farmers on Delhi's roads. And I think that was remarkable. After the Gandhian movement, which had its reach in South Africa, United States, and many other countries, I think this was the second one in that series. So it's a political moment which we all must feel pride, despite agreement or disagreement about its agenda or maybe other aspects associated with it. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much Beyond Binaries, some of the friends here who took the pain and tried to organize it at such a quick notice because your end semester exams are approaching. So thank you so much to all of you. Maybe once I hear from my friends, maybe I'll try to answer some of the questions which they have. बहुत मज़ा आया दोनों लोगों को सुन के, और I would like to say कि प्रोफेसर ज्योत्का ने एक बार अजय के एक आर्टिकल को लेके एक बात कही थी, and I would like to bring that here. You may not remember, sir, that was long time back when Ajay and I wrote a piece in Hindu together, Politics Without Opposition. Professor Jyotka said that the beauty of a writing is not the way it answers the questions, but the way it raises more questions. And after listening to both the speakers, I am feeling really happy that there are many questions which remain unanswered, and I think both of them want to be the discussant in the next book as well. So So thank you so much. And I was really feeling good about it, because what both of them have said, those were the questions which I was grappling with throughout. जैसे मनदीप ने बोला कि पढ़ने में लगता है कि आप पीछे जा रहे हो, फिर देख रहे हो, पीछे जा रहे हो, फिर देख रहे हो, वो वाकई ऐसा है, ये बात बिल्कुल सही है. And the points which Ajay you highlighted, that I touch upon some of the points and then I tend to skip the debate about it. You are absolutely right. The point about the difference between electoral politics and social movement, people's movements, why do we see that disjuncture? And a very simplistic, I would say, simplistic reply is that which I was talking yesterday when I was talking to Jigyasa and on that portal, that I think this is too much to expect from a people's movement. We think that a people's movement is revolution and which is going to change everything. I think this is too much of a burden to carry. Similarly, from electoral politics, if we expect the same, that it will be a social movement, even that is too much to expect from. But that doesn't explain the disjunct between the two. That doesn't explain the problem of causally linking the two. I think as a political scientist, that's a big question and puzzle which we have, and I agree with that point. The quick response to a point which Mandeep highlighted, and I think I must say something about that, कि गांधी को लाने की क्यों ज़रूरत है, और वहाँ के पोस्टर्स में और कहीं तो गांधी दिख नहीं रहे थे. आई थिंक मनदीप ने खुद ही उसका जवाब दिया, क्योंकि वहाँ गांधी नहीं दिख रहे थे इसलिए उस गांधी को लाने की ज़रूरत थी. और क्यों ज़रूरत थी वो इसलिए, एक तो मुझे लगता है पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट का थोड़ा तो काम है कुछ उसको थियराइज करना, कुछ उसमें ब्रॉडर लाना, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं अगर आप जितना मैंने लोगों से बात किया, जो फर्वर था उस प्रोटेस्ट का वो बहुत हद तक अपने आप में गांधीयन फर्वर था, बिना गांधी का नाम लिए. और इसमें मुझे रामचंद्र गुहा की किताब में जो एक चैप्टर है जिसमें वो बात करते हैं कि गांधी एक ऐसे शख्स हैं भारत में जिसके बारे में कोई कभी भी कहीं भी कुछ भी कह सकता है. उसके वो कहते हैं दो कारण हैं. पहला, गांधी बिलोंग्स टू एवरीबडी, एंड सेकंड, गांधी बिलोंग्स टू नोबडी. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट मेक्स गांधी रियली रेलेवेंट. इसका एक और मैं कहूँगा अपॉर्चुनिस्टिक जवाब भी है, विच अगेन अजय सेज मेनी टाइम्स, दैट गांधी इज द final rescuer for everybody. When you don't know many answers, you tend to become a Gandhian. So I think you can say that perhaps that was something which I also had in my mind when I was doing it. But again, yes, it requires a better engagement with that subject, and I think both the speakers have given me a lot of material to talk about. Again, about the hybridity, ये एक पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट का डिलेमा है कि आपको कोई कॉन्सेप्चुअल कैटेगरी चाहिए चीज़ों को समझाने की. वो कॉन्सेप्चुअल कैटेगरी कई बार हो सकता है कि पूरी नहीं हो सकता है वो ठीक से ना भी समझा पाए, ये भी हो सकता है. हम कईयों से उसको उधार लेते हैं, कई बार कई कैटेगरीज को थोप भी देते हैं, वो उसके साथ वो खतरा है. और मुझे लगता है कि एज एन एकेडमिक मैं वो कमी मानने को तैयार हूँ, और मुझे लगता है वो कॉन्सेप्चुअल कैटेगरीज के साथ वो डेंजर भी एक एसोसिएटेड होता है. लेकिन जब आप एक घर बना रहे होते हैं, किताब एक घर की तरह है, तो उसमें कई बार कहीं खराब ईंट भी लगती है, अच्छी ईंट भी लगती है, तो उसमें वो डिपेंड करता है.
ये अच्छी मैं जस्ट वैसे एक मजा थोड़ा मैं ये दिखाना चाह रहा था कि जो सर भी आपके साथ साथ पीछे पीछे भाग रहे हैं.
लेकिन वो ईंट है, मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है वो ईंट है, और मुझे लगता है उस ईंट के कारण इसको ये घर जो है किताबनुमा घर वो पूरा हुआ. तो ये जर्नी थी, एक मुश्किल जर्नी थी, लेकिन एज आई सेड इट वाज अ ड्रीम कमिंग ट्रू, एंड आई विश दैट आई कुड आंसर सम ऑफ दोज क्वेश्चंस. दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, सम ऑफ दीज क्वेश्चंस आई हैव बीन grappling with in my course on agrarian movements and politics in India, and I don't have an answer. Most of the time I say that I'm still looking for an answer, and I think when we meet next we have more discussions to follow on this topic. I must thank those who have been behind making of this book, especially all those farmers who really struggled hard, and I really compliment them, the kind of fervor which they had, and the faith which they had shown in India's democracy. That was commendable. I think as an academic sometimes I may lose that hope, but farmers never lost that hope. They said this democracy belongs to us, and we will stand by it. I will, before ending, let me tell you 3 points and then I will stop quickly. The impact. ये सवाल बार बार आता है कि इस मूवमेंट का इम्पैक्ट क्या था. मैं आपको 3 उदाहरण देता हूं जो आपको बताएगा कि इसके इम्पैक्ट क्या थे. इलेक्टोरल नहीं थे. पहला
इलेक्टोरल थे. मैं अजय को चैलेंज करूंगा.
बहुत एक्चुअली हैं, और वो भारत जोड़ो यात्रा से लेके आप जो भी देखेंगे वो इम्पैक्ट भी है उसका.
किसान आंदोलन के गिनवाएंगे.
लेकिन 3 उसके बहुत ही एविडेंट एग्जांपल हैं. पहला आप देखिए, बेंगलोर के पास में एक लैंड एक्विजिशन प्रोजेक्ट था which was cancelled in June, simply because there was a farmer resistance taking place and the government didn't want to take a chance. Second, Punjab's land pooling policy, which was withdrawn when the government of Punjab realized that farmers were getting agitated. And the third, the government of India had proposed an amendment regarding the status of Chandigarh. And after receiving a report that it may backfire, the government decided to put it on hold. It's the same government in 2014 economic survey, 2014 or 16, it had said that it is willing to go 2 steps ahead in order to take reforms, even if it requires strict actions. The same government decided to put a major decision on hold. I think this wouldn't have happened had we not seen a farmer movement like protest. A movement's legacy continues for many decades, and I think it will unfold it gradually, and the times will be when we will analyze it in a more deeper sense, I believe. So thank you so much, Professor Jyotka, thank you very much.